Baba, assalamualaikum, my son. Amir. Walaikum assalam, Baba. I am excited. Today, are you going to tell me the story of Talat again? Baba smiles. Today I will tell you the story that comes after Talat, the story of another great prophet. Prophet Dawud. Amir. Prophet Dawud. The one who defeated Goliath. Baba. Yes, exactly. But the full story of Dawud AS contains much more than that. Now listen carefully, my son. The story of Prophet Dawud AS. Long ago, in the land of Bani Israel, there lived a powerful nation known as the Philistines. They had a giant, among them a massive warrior named Ulut, or Goliath. The Philistines oppressed the children of Israel for many years. They raided their villages, destroyed farms, and carried away people as captives. Their leader, Goliath, was feared everywhere. He was huge, strong, and cruel. Meanwhile, the Israelites had a king named Talat. So, he was chosen by Allah to lead the people and guide them back to faith and discipline. Talat gathered an army to confront the Philistines. But when the soldiers reached a river, many of them failed the test from Allah. They drank too much water and were disqualified. Only a small number of true believers remained. When the soldiers finally faced the Philistine army, they were shocked. The Philistines were thousands in number, heavily armed and confident. And then Goliath stepped forward. His armor shone in the sun. His sword was taller than a man, and he struck fear into every heart. Goliath roared, "Send me a man to fight. Let us settle this with single combat." The Israelites trembled. None dared to move forward. Talat looked at his soldiers and asked, "Who among you will face Goliath?" No one stepped forward. Fear filled their hearts. Talat then made an offer. "Whoever fights Goliath, I will marry him to my daughter." Still, silence. Among the soldiers were 3 brothers. They were warriors and sons of a man from Bethlehem named Aisha Jesse. Their youngest brother was Dawud, a small, young shepherd boy who had come to deliver food and bring news back to his father. Dawud AS heard Goliath's challenge and saw the fear in people's hearts. He came forward and said loudly, "I will fight him." The soldiers were shocked. Some laughed. His brothers scolded him. But Dawud AS stood firm. Talat looked at him with surprise and said, "You are young. You have no armor. How will you fight a giant?" Dawud AS replied, "Allah helped me kill a lion who attacked my father's sheep. He helped me fight off a bear with my own hands. If Allah protected me then, He will protect me now." Talat was amazed at the young man's honesty and bravery. He said, "Very well. If you truly trust Allah, then go and may Allah be with you." Talat gave Dawud AS a heavy armor and a sword, but the young prophet struggled to walk in it. He shook his head and said, "I cannot fight with these. They weigh me down." He removed the armor, laid aside the sword, and picked up his familiar tools, a simple wooden sling and 5 smooth stones, which he placed into a small leather pouch. He walked toward the battlefield with complete trust in Allah. When Goliath saw him, he burst into laughter. "They send me a child. Is this a joke?" he shouted. Dawud AS answered with calm courage, "You come with a sword and armor, but I face you in the name of Allah, the Lord of all worlds." Goliath roared with anger and charged forward. Dawud AS quietly pulled out a stone, placed it into his sling, and began to swing it with incredible speed. He whispered, "Bismillah." The stone launched like an arrow, flying straight ahead. It struck Goliath in the center of his forehead. The giant staggered, let out a cry, and then collapsed to the ground with a heavy thud. The Philistines were stunned. Their warrior was dead in a single strike. Their courage disappeared instantly. They turned and fled from the battlefield. Allah granted a great victory to the Israelites. The soldiers lifted Dawud AS onto their shoulders, praising him. He was no longer just a young shepherd. He had become a hero of Israel. According to his promise, Talat married his daughter Mika to Dawud AS. He also appointed him as an advisor in his court. Dawud AS remained humble and grateful. He didn't celebrate in palaces or show off his strength. Instead, he went to the desert and thanked Allah for his blessings. Allah blessed him with a voice so beautiful that when he recited praises to Allah, birds stopped in the sky, trees swayed gently, mountains echoed his words. He recited the revelation given to him, the Zabur Psalms, with unmatched beauty and sincerity. People gathered just to hear him recite. It brought peace to their hearts and increased their faith. Allah gave Dawud AS another unique gift. He could understand the voices of animals and birds. He would listen to their praises, their complaints, and their songs. This made his connection with the natural world very strong. Time passed. Dawud AS continued winning battles and solving disputes with fairness. People admired him greatly, and slowly, Talat began to feel jealous. His wife, Michal, saw the change in her father's behavior. One night she came to Dawud AS crying. She said, "O Dawud, my father fears you. He sees how much people love you and he worries you will take his kingdom." Dawud AS was shocked. He respected Talat deeply and had no intention of taking any power. But jealousy had already blinded the king. The next day, Talat summoned Dawud AS to his palace. He said, "The people of Canaan are attacking us. Take your army and fight them. Do not return unless you are victorious." Dawud AS understood what Talat was planning. He wanted the young prophet to fall in battle, but Dawud AS trusted Allah. He led the army bravely, and after many days of fierce fighting, Allah granted him victory again. The people cheered his name louder than ever. Talut's jealousy turned into fear. One night, Talat whispered to one of his soldiers, "Tonight, we will kill Dawud." Michal overheard this and ran to her husband. "Dawud, you must leave immediately. My father has ordered your death." Dawud AS packed some food, took his staff and sling, and left his home quietly. He spent the night hiding in mountains and caves, trusting Allah to protect him. For many months, Dawud AS lived away from his land. During this time, his reliance on Allah grew even stronger. He prayed, fasted, and glorified Allah. At night, people began to hear about Dawud's wisdom, gentleness, and fairness. Some joined him, seeking guidance. Talat continued losing battles. His jealousy and anger had distanced him from Allah's help. Eventually, Talat died in battle, and his time as king came to an end. After Talut's death, Allah chose Dawud AS to be the next king. He ruled with justice, intelligence, and mercy. Allah guided him in every decision, and he became both a powerful king and a noble prophet. He continued reciting praises, writing wisdom, and settling disputes fairly. His people loved him dearly. Allah gave him deep understanding and perfect judgment. One example occurred when two men came to him. One said, "O Prophet of Allah, this man's sheep entered my field at night and destroyed all my crops." The other said, "It was an accident. The sheep wandered without my knowledge." Dawud AS listened carefully. He ruled that the man who owned the sheep must compensate the farmer by giving him milk and wool until the crops regrew. It was a wise and fair judgment, one that brought peace to both sides. Even today, Dawud AS is remembered as the prophet of justice. Dawud AS divided his night into 3 parts. 1/3 he slept, 1/3 he prayed, 1/3 he slept again, and he fasted on alternate days, a practice the Prophet Muhammad SAW later called the best type of fasting. After many years of guiding his people, ruling with justice, and spreading the message of Allah, Dawud AS completed his mission. Allah took his soul peacefully, and his people mourned the loss of one of the greatest prophets in history. But Allah did not leave the people alone. He gave them another great prophet, Dawud's son, Suleiman. His story is even more miraculous, but that is for another day. Baba, now tell me, my son, who was Goliath? Amir. He was the giant leader of the Philistine army. Baba, very good. And how did Dawud AS defeat him? Amir, with a sling and a stone by the help of Allah. Baba, excellent. Now tell me, why did Talat get jealous? Amir, because people loved Dawud AS more, and he feared losing his kingdom. Baba, perfect, my son. Now, sleep well. Tomorrow, I will tell you the story of Prophet Suleiman. Us, Amir, inshallah, Baba. Good night, Baba, good night, my son.